So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I meant to make a video on Siege X, like when it came out, because I was so excited for this update. But as you know, I've been on just this big procrastination train. Like I really, I've been slacking. Okay, I'll be honest. I've been slacking with the uploads, but I really want to talk about this now. I really think that Siege X has been one of the best updates since like we got characters like Amaru. It's been a long time since we got a good update like this, and so I'm gonna talk about a little bit about some of the features that I really do like, because there's a lot, and there's even features that I thought I would have hated and absolutely just disliked. Surprisingly, no, it's a lot. There's not very many features that I just absolutely thought would ruin the game. When Siege X released, it looked like it was going to be a more realistic. Like, I say that lightly because obviously Siege has always been trying to push realism, but with like cool tech with operators. But now it was really adding a bunch of like graphical updates to make it look better, adding environmental damage. So there's a lot of different things. And I'm not gonna be able to get through it all in this one video because I'm going off of what I know. I was going to just like pull up change logs, but there's so much stuff in this update, and to go through that all would be a task. So if you actually do want to see what the changes are, I will leave the change log in the description, and I will also leave a link to where you can buy the game because I think it's free now, which is the first thing I want to talk about. This could be one of the most detrimental things to the game from this update, because Siege used to do free weekends. It introduced a lot of cheaters to the game, because any free game, you'll realize it is so easy to cheat and get away with it. There's stuff like IP bans, and I know that they've been cracking down on that, trying to just completely ban people's PCs from doing it, but it is so hard to do, which is completely understandable. But so now that the game's free, it's it could be an issue, but I will get into more of that later because there's actually a caveat to that. But I want to talk about some of the new gameplay features, which is what I think really changed Siege for the better. So one of the things, and the biggest thing, was the environmental damage. So there's like pipes, there's flammable pipes, there's gas pipes, and you can shoot them and they'll explode, and they'll either create a ball of smoke, providing cover, or there's one that will act as like Goyo's gadget, where it just explodes and creates a floor of flames, to basically counter pushes, or to just stop enemies from going that direction. I was worried about this stuff because I thought it's not going to be easy to see these things. You're going to just walk around the corner and all of a sudden you're going to explode into a ball of flames. Well, surprisingly, that's not what happens. In fact, it's actually really well balanced into the game. They're not too popped out, like they don't have an outline or anything to make it where it disrupts your gameplay, but it also doesn't really blend into the environment where you can't see it, but it has that blending in a way where it still looks good. Like, they did a really good job at it, and I think that is what I like about it. I don't know the feature itself, I don't really use them that much, but I think that they did it well enough to where I am not, disappointed about it. Another little feature that you may notice when playing ranked is the rank displays. Now, I personally, when the rank displays went away, because I think we had them in like season 1 or 2, or year 1 or 2, sorry, those were removed and they also removed like being able to view people's KDs. Pretty much anything stat related you just couldn't see about other players anymore. And I didn't actually mind that too much. Not being able to see the other people's ranks, gives you this nice feeling of comfort, not knowing that you're going against a platinum or a diamond when you're in bronze. That's just, I like the feature still. I do like it. It was one of those things that I was really excited about when I seen it, because it is nice knowing what ranks you're going against. But at the same time, it can be counterintuitive. So I guess let's get into one of the biggest things that everyone's talking about are the graphics changes. Now, I think they look good. I do think they look good. But are they optimal for gameplay? One of the things I was thinking about was Siege already has performance problems. I mean, Siege is a 10-year-old game. It's bound to have performance problems with modern computers. Like the better CPUs and graphics cards you get, it actually does affect how older games run and can cause performance issues with older games. So I don't know if these graphical updates made it to where modern graphics cards work better in the game, but I do think they look nice. In terms of the maps being playable and really well balanced, yeah, I would say so. I'd say they're, it's getting used to, but overall, I think it looks really nice. The lighting changed, it's a little bit darker, and you can tell there's a lot more detail in a lot of things. Like the marble on Cafe has a lot more detail to it. That was one of the biggest things I noticed when I played that map, was that the marble looked like marble. It was very interesting. Some people might not like it because of the darker lighting, but yeah, I think they look really nice. So the last thing I will talk about, and I think I'm mixed about this one. So the sound in the game. Now, Siege has always been known for its terrible sound. In video games, it is really hard to get sound correctly, because when you have headphones, it's not like a surround sound. You have a left and a right, so it's hard to get sound from someone above you or below you. You gotta kind of trick the brain. They changed the sound to be a lot louder, from what I noticed. Like, you can hear things from much further away, but it's kind of hard to tell which direction it's coming from and kind of the distance it's at. I don't think the sound's bad by any means, but I don't know if I would consider it good. It's kind of just an in-between there, and I am a little bit concerned about it. But has it affected how I play too much? Not really. There's some situations where if I was on the old sound, it probably would have won, but I don't think it's affected me too much. Okay, so I'm gonna just quickly breeze through a couple more things, and then I'll kind of just give an overall review of what I think of it. You've been watching a bunch of background gameplay, and one thing you'll notice is there hasn't been a lot of Clash. For some reason, even though Clash got this big buff, like, I haven't played her yet, because I didn't even own her until like a day ago. But she got this big buff where she can place down her shield. I think that's crazy overpowered, but I've never used her weapon, and so I don't really know how good she actually is. But to me, that sounds really overpowered. And yet, you can basically remotely shock people from a distance. It's insane. There's two new things. There is the event, and there is Dual Front. Now, Dual Front is it's their take on like Overwatch, pretty much. I haven't played it yet, but that's what I've gotten from it. I know I probably should have played it before I made a video about it, but I've been grinding out ranked, and so I might go play it after this. But Dual Front, from what I've seen, is basically Overwatch, their spin on it, because I know Marvel Rivals came out and that was a really popular game. It's kind of their spin on that. And then event is obviously the event that's going on. The one that they have going on right now is Showdown. Awesome event. I'm like, they're doing everything right now. Showdown was the best, one of the best, if not the best event that they've ever done. Actually, I think I like the Outbreak one better, but they're just doing everything right now, and I love it. I'm all about change. I know they reverted a lot of things back to old Siege, but there's some things that don't really need to be touched and improved upon, and there's things that do need improved upon, and I think that they brought back things that were needed and improved on things that were needed. So they just updated the game well, which is something we haven't seen in so long. So I pretty much touched on everything, I'm pretty sure. There is a lot more. There's a ton more. But that's mostly the major updates. I'm having the blast. Now I feel like this is the most fun I've had in Siege in a pretty long time. Oh, there is one more thing. Siege Cup. It is pretty much a tournament. You know how a lot of the competitive games, they have tournaments. This is just that. You create a team of 5, and I think overall this update is just great, and it's one of the best we've had in a long time. The only thing I will say is we just need to work on our maps. Siege, I'm still gonna say it, pretty much every map you've added has been pretty crappy since like the rework of Theme Park, or not the rework of Theme Park, whichever one it was. They did a rework of a map, it was kind of good, and then after that everything just went downhill. So hopefully I'll be uploading some more content. I just want to do a quick review on the new Siege update, because it is it's good. It really is good. So yeah, see ya.